Secure people are magnetic without even trying. They're not chasing, not performing, and somehow that's what pulls everyone in. Most people are doing everything except what actually creates attraction, and that's the problem. Today, I'm showing you the real psychology behind why secure people are magnetic. This is research-backed, not guesswork. Point 1. Internal validation. Secure people don't look outside for proof of their worth. They already know their value. It's not up for debate. It's not dependent on who texts back or who shows interest. When someone doesn't respond, they're not spiraling into self-doubt. They're not obsessively checking their phone. They're genuinely moving forward with their day because their emotional state isn't tied to someone else's response time. This creates an invisible magnetism because there's zero pressure in their presence. No hidden agenda, no desperate energy trying to extract validation or approval. And this shows up in everything they do. In conversations, they're completely present, not calculating their next impressive line, not performing or posturing, just genuinely engaged with what's happening right now. That level of presence is incredibly rare in a world where most people are half-present, constantly distracted, or performing for an invisible audience. People feel that difference immediately. It's like finally being able to breathe around someone. Point 2. Emotional consistency. Secure people are emotionally steady, not flatlined. They feel everything deeply, but there are no chaotic mood swings, no unpredictable reactions, no drama that sucks the oxygen out of a room. This consistency makes them incredibly safe to be around. There's no mental energy wasted trying to manage their emotions or predict their next reaction. People naturally gravitate toward that stability because it's restful. It doesn't make demands. It doesn't require constant emotional labor. Here's what makes this so powerful. That steadiness isn't about shutting down or playing it cool. Secure people feel disappointment, frustration, joy, excitement, the full spectrum. The difference is they process emotions internally first before reacting externally. They don't weaponize their feelings. They don't use other people as emotional dumping grounds or punching bags. So interactions with them actually recharge your battery instead of draining it. There's no residue of unprocessed emotion left behind after spending time together. Point 3. They don't need to control outcomes. Secure people release the need to control how things unfold. They show up authentically and let reality reveal itself naturally. No scripting conversations ahead of time. No strategizing the perfect text response. No playing games to manufacture attraction or force a certain outcome. This creates freedom in the dynamic. And freedom is deeply magnetic. When someone knows they can just be around another person, no performance required, no hidden tests to pass, they relax completely. And in that relaxation, genuine connection actually has room to grow. Watch how this changes interactions. Secure people say what they mean. Their yes means yes. Their no means no. There's no coded language, no hints to decode, no reading between the lines. That clarity is magnetic because it eliminates the exhausting guessing games most people play. Point 4. Comfortable alone, enhanced together. Secure people have genuinely full lives, hobbies they're passionate about, friendships they've nurtured, goals they're actively working toward, interests that light them up. They're not scrolling through life waiting for someone to give it meaning. They're already engaged with their own existence. This is magnetic because it completely removes neediness from the equation. There's no void they're desperately trying to fill with another person, no emptiness demanding to be fixed by external validation. Here's the fundamental shift. They see relationships as enhancement, not salvation. Another person adds richness to an already good life. They don't become the entire life. So there's natural space in the dynamic, room to breathe. Room for both people to maintain their individuality. No suffocating attachment or possessive energy. That space actually creates more desire. When someone isn't constantly available, isn't always waiting around with nothing else going on, their time becomes valuable. Not because they're playing hard to get or using some dating strategy, but because they genuinely have a life they love, and they're selective about how they spend their time. This shows up in subtle ways. They don't drop everything at a moment's notice. They don't rearrange their entire schedule to accommodate someone new. They integrate people into their life thoughtfully, rather than abandoning everything for a connection. And paradoxically, that makes others want more access to their world. People sense when someone is choosing them versus desperately clinging to them. The former is magnetic, the latter repels. Point 5. Clear boundaries without apology. Secure people know exactly what they will and won't accept, and they communicate it calmly, clearly, without aggression or apologizing. They don't negotiate their core boundaries, don't explain them to death, don't shrink to make others comfortable with their standards. This is magnetic because it signals unshakable self-respect, and self-respect is inherently attractive. It shows someone values themselves enough to protect their peace. Here's what most people miss about boundaries. Secure people's boundaries aren't walls designed to keep people out. They're invitations for the right people to step closer. They're essentially saying, "This is who I am. This is what I value. This is what I need to thrive." If that resonates with you, amazing. Let's build something real. If not, no hard feelings, but I'm not changing. That kind of honest self-presentation builds massive trust. People know they're getting the real person, not a performance tailored to win approval. The magnetism isn't manipulation or tactics. It's authenticity backed by self-respect. Secure people don't mold themselves for approval. They attract aligned people by being exactly who they are. So that's the psychology behind why secure people are naturally magnetic without trying. They validate themselves internally. They're emotionally consistent. They don't control outcomes. They're genuinely whole on their own. And they honor their boundaries without apology. Here's the truth. People can feel the difference between someone performing confidence and someone genuinely secure. The energy is completely different. Drop a comment below if this resonated with you. I read every single one and love hearing your perspective. See you in the next video.